NBA 2K19 tutorial number 12. Today I'll be showing you guys a series of free money plays, all focused on getting you clean open looks for frees. There will be 2 quick hitter sets within these free plays, plus an OP set that has multiple options within it. Now also make sure you please review tutorial number 5 to learn essential passing techniques that you'll be needing to execute these free money plays, perfectly. You can check out all my tutorials actually from my homepage in my all 2K19 tutorial playlist if you want to catch up on previous ones or take a look at future ones. So yes, in tutorials number 7 and number 10, I have showed you guys money plays on the Pelicans playbook. Today we're actually still staying on the same playbook, but instead of focusing on pick and roll or low post plays, today it's all going to be free point plays. So essentially what happens is you're going to combine what you will learn today and those previous plays that I talked about in 7 and 10, and you will have 5 deadly plays from the Pelican playbook, which will most likely bring me to an end to this playbook as I move to a new one. But this one will have 5 deadly plays, 1 low post, 1 pick and roll, and 3 free-pointed sets. So make sure though you watch this tutorial in detail, because I'm going to modify each of these free money plays very heavily so you can make the best use of them. And once these plays are actually modded by my additions, they actually become much faster and much more efficient, and they will get you very valuable shots. To run this perfectly though, you're going to need a backcourt that can shoot and slash. That's what's perfect for this. In the clips you see and the highlights that you're seeing right now, I use CJ McCollum and Oladipo as my duo in this video today with the footage I made for the tutorial. Please remember though, these are all from the Pelicans playbook. So if you're a My Team player, make sure you buy that playbook, and if you're an online player, just switch to it in Coaching Slider. And also for My Team players, you're gonna need cards that have the 3-point priority so you can actually access these plays. So now let's take a look at the first one, which is called Quick 4-3 Flare. This one's gonna get you some easy dunks, 3-pointers, and also it comes with well-spaced pick and roll by the end. So you can see I have called it for CJ. And there's a pin for him, gets the ball back to the power forward, and Dame cuts around, and now I flush him in to get the easy dunk. So that's option number 1 from this play. Now the essential part to this is, as you're running these initial passes from the action that comes into play, you're not really modifying anything here really. You're just gonna go for the action. If you get an open shot, take it, but if not, get it to your power forward. But right here, you gotta hold L2 to protect the ball and kind of get into the cutter's defend away. You see, I'm holding L2 of Aminu, and I'm keeping the ball from DeRozan, and at the same time getting in his way, so Tyreek can get a little bit of angle on him. And then as I see Tyreek get by my Aminu, I'm just gonna hold triangle or Y if you're on Xbox, as DeRozan is pinned off here. If I hold triangle, it's gonna flush Tyreek in there, and that's how I get an easy layup, with Tyreek missed on an open layup. But the point is, this initial action is so deadly that it's gonna work like 90% of the time. You can see me run it again here. I'm just following the passes through the play art, and then as the initial action happens, I flush Damian Lillard in, and this time I get it down because Damian is a much better finisher. You can also do actually the IRC cut control that you learned from the tutorial 5. You can review that on there, and you can see I've called a play again, and I'm running through the motions, get the ball to Victor, get it back to Aminu, hold L2, and then you can see CJ is coming around. I'm going to tap R1 and then hold the player icon I want, that's the cutter, so X in this case. So I'm controlling the cutter, which is CJ now, by tapping R1, holding X, letting go of X to get the ball, and I finish the layup. So that's the IRC control that you can learn in detail from tutorial 5. You can see me call it once again here, but I do recommend if you're running this, hold L2 there, protect the ball, but just hold triangle. It's a lot smoother and it's easier to pass and finish. And now let's take a look at option number 2, which is the weak side flare screen action. So you can see I've called a play again, get it to Oladipo, nothing in the middle, get it to Nance Jr., hold L2. But now this time clearly the Tyreek cut is not there. So I'm just going to hold the ball and wait for Victor after he screens Tyreek to go off a fair screen off by Aaron Baines. Catch and go, easy drive, great spacing by this play, finishing up. Now I can still actually get the ball to the cutter, even if I don't want him to get, even if he doesn't get a clean lane to drive. You can watch me here again, because it's actually 2 passing options for him. So I got the ball to Amino, holding L2, getting them in the way, nothing, so I'm just going to pass it to Oladipo, off the flare screen, off to the other side for a free ball for CJ McCollum. That's pretty nasty. You can see it here again. I'm calling the play one more time. CJ's going to come off Nance, get it to CJ, get it to Nance, and the moment Nance touches the ball, hold L2, pin off Steph Curry's guy, get the ball to Curry, nothing there. but the flare screen is coming off, but at the same time I can drive and go to the corner, have the corner helper kick suck in, still get the easy free. There's also the third option where there's a quick hitting middle curl. You can actually attack off that initial screen to go to the rim if you want, or call for the big man to screen, because you can see as CJ comes off the Amino pin here, you can call for a screen from Nurkic right away and get a 4-1 spacing pick and roll, set your freelance to 4-1 spacing. If not, you can just catch the ball and finish it up. Curl right in there. It's actually got really good motion. You can use icon lead passing for that, as you learn from tutorial 5, and get an easy layup. You can actually also wait a little up top. You can see me waiting a little bit up top just to survey. If there's nothing, then get it to Aminu, hold L2, get it back to Oladipo, just an easy X pass that time, no flush, and I still draw the foul. The key to this set though is you gotta beware to protect the ball with L2 when you're the power forward. These initial 2 passes here, it's pretty smooth going, pretty easy to do. You just gotta follow them, but as you get the ball to the power forward, like so right there, you gotta hold L2 to protect it because you're trying to get into CJ's defender's way. See, I did a bad job there and I lost the ball. So make sure you make your reads in this quick flare for free. So either the flush, the flare, or the drive and the catch, or the catch and drive, or drive and go to the corner. Make your reads, find your openings. If you see something flushed with it, don't hesitate, finish it up. Alright, now let's take a look at money play number 2, which is quick 4-wide double. I consider this a surprise trick play. So it's a one trick play, but it's very tricky. So you can see it's just initially it triggers this double screen for the power forward who's going to come out at the corner. But I suggest you don't stay in the circle and just drive above that power forward. You see how I'm above the power forward, kind of like a wrap action, but make sure you're above him. Drive all the way to the corner, and once you get to this point, just hold L2 to protect the ball. What's going to happen is CJ is actually going to come off a pin of Nurkic. This action really flows off the defense because it looks like you're wrapping, and then it looks like you're driving, and then all of a sudden CJ slips up top for open free. It's a trick play, nothing too complicated about it, but you just gotta understand, you don't need to be in the circle. You shouldn't be in the circle to do this. You want to stay around the middle, and the moment the play art comes up, you are driving right to the corner. Alright, so when the play art comes up, you're going, and you're gonna make sure you drive above your power forward, and then as you get to here, hold L2, then you get it to CJ as he pops out. Very tricky because it's a very awkward type of action that really tests the defensive team settings and their switchability, or if they're doing over and catch hedge and all that good stuff. So make sure you don't stay in the circle. When you see the player come up, drive, hold L2, and kick it back up to CJ. Swish ball. But you just gotta really make sure, don't be in the circle. You see, if you're in the circle early, it won't work. Make sure you stay away from it. And the moment you see stay in the middle, the moment you see the player, drive hard above the power forward, get to the corner, hold out to, get it to CJ. Bad pass there, but there's nothing, don't worry. Make sure you're in 4-1 or pace freelance, run the middle pick and roll. Flows right into it. Don't hesitate. Good spacing. Easy finish. Now, but the key to this entire set though is you gotta make sure when you're doing this initial stay away from the circle in the middle, you gotta go above the power forward. Like this wrap action, you have to be above the power forward. Here, I did not go higher than the power forward. I actually went lower than him, which allowed me to kind of run into this really crowded space. And then, see, I didn't really get it. That's a lightly contested shot. I couldn't get an open shot that way. Also, don't go too late or stay in the circle for too long. You see, I kind of went, the play out already came up. But I see, I haven't left the circle yet. I'm not in the middle. I kind of went too late, so now I'm not even going above the power forward. Not really creating a wrap action. I'm getting into CJ's way, if anything. I'm not getting into the corner fast enough, and I get my ball knocked out. It's a foul, but it gets bad because, seriously, don't go late on this. If you stay in the circle for too long, if you're not in the middle, or if you're not going right away when you see the play art, then you can run this play. That's the modification you need to do, because if you don't do that, look at that. That's all sorts of bad. All right. So, and obviously, if you're late, don't force it. If you are late and you know you're late, right here, I know I'm late, so I can't execute it. Just relax, get the ball to the guy on the wing, and run a side pick and roll, as I've showed you over time, right? Because the spacing of this play still ends excellently. That goes right into the side pick and roll, and you can attack, finish, beautiful reverse, still good. And the last play I want to show you is another quick hitter. This is called Quick Free Punch Snap. It's a smooth pick and fade into a flare action play. Nothing too complicated about it, but you just gotta kind of, if you don't wait though, it's gonna trigger into this ugly stuff. You see it? That's the modification you need to make. You can't actually make that first pass out of the pick and fade. You can still cut him back in and all that, but that's not really a good shot. What you want to do is, you want to run this initial pick and fade between the two guards, and then you don't want to pass back. You just want to hold the ball, drive hard. Now they go into this double screen up top. That's the action you want. And it's going to get you some clean looks off a quick hitter. So you catch the ball, run this pick and fade, call the play, quick free punch snap, call the play, and drive hard. Make sure you drive out this initial pick and fade very hard to force the defense to rotate a little bit, because even if they rotate just a little, this double screen up top by your two bigs to the point guard or shooting guard is gonna get you some open looks. I didn't hit it there, but that's a great look. Alright, so that brings us to the end of the free plays I wanted to show you today. Make sure you combine them with the plays you learned from tutorial number 7 and number 10. And that will likely complete the first 5 money plays I wanted to show you guys on the Pelicans playbook. Because as you guys know, on my team you can customize plays. So a playbook like this is extremely useful, especially when you have 5 money plays of this caliber. There are actually more on this playbook, but I'm gonna move on to another one. And then I'll revisit it again though, so keep the playbook. It's just there's other really good money plays, some other playbooks, so I'll be moving on to a new one probably sometime next week. For you my team guys, you can probably buy it now. It's actually the Mavericks playbook. I'll talk about the plays when I get to them, but yeah, get the Mavericks playbook for now, and then you're gonna get some good plays. Alright, and I understand my league guys, you can't customize 3-point plays or any plays this year yet. I've talked to the devs, is being looked at. It will probably likely be patched, just I don't know when. And obviously for you my team guys, you want to be running this in 4-1 or pace freelance, but I understand on my team online you can't do freelance, and I've talked to the devs also about that, and they're also looking into it. So now these things will likely be fixed sooner rather than later. So it's not like these are permanent things where you can't run freelance on my team. That's not true. That's coming in. Or you can't customize plays on my league. That's not true. That's also being looked at. So I just want to keep you guys posted on those things. And more defensive tutorials coming this weekend. That's gonna go into more detail on defensive settings and on ball, because obviously I taught you guys the gear shifting technique for the on ball that you guys seem to enjoy. It's just there's way more detail in that, so I'll go into more advanced and mechanical aspects of that. There will also be more defensive settings coming, focusing on teaching you guys how to shut down the pick and roll and the pick and fade, and just how to use them to maximize your ability while adding in some off-ball techniques also. So keep an eye out for that in the weekend. As always, thanks for coming by, and I'll see all of you next time.